Rocket League has thousands of cosmetic items that range from the amazing and popular to the strange and quickly forgotten. Now, I've already done a whole video ranting about weird items in Rocket League, so today, for a change, we're going to ignore the visual side and instead focus on some specific cosmetics that have interesting backstories or history surrounding them. Now, some of these might be rare, expensive, or even items you can't get anymore, but a few of them might actually be sitting in your inventory right now. This is Rocket League item history, and to start with, we're going all the way back to the launch of the game in July 2015. But first of all, I do want to remind you that anytime during this video, you can express your appreciation for my content by hitting that like button, subscribing, and turning on notifications. Alright, let's get to our first items. If you purchased Rocket League before free-to-play, you have 3 items in your inventory that represent the turbulent launch of this game on July 7th, 2015. The server gate wheel, the disconnect antenna, and the white flag were given to players in August 2015 as an apology for the state of servers during the chaotic launch that saw 5 million downloads during the first month, and over 100,000 people trying to access the game at the same time. Fortunately, Rocket League was able to overcome this poor launch and become an amazing success story, only to have history repeat itself again during the free-to-play launch in September 2020. But we didn't get any free wheels for that one. By the way, if you have joined since free-to-play, it does seem that you are unable to get these as they are considered legacy items and are not included as drops nor are tradable. Our next cosmetic is both a legacy item and available to new players as a rare drop, but it was never supposed to be in most people's inventory at all. As a reward for in-person attendance to the RLCS World Championship, ticket holders are given a code for an exclusive wheel. For the Season 5 LAN in London, it was the Mothership Pro wheel, but its release seemed cursed from the start. When the wheel codes were sent to attendees in July 2018, they were accidentally set to be tradable. Now, codes themselves are always tradable or sellable, but once redeemed, all LAN reward wheels are supposed to be locked to your account. That was not the case with the new Mothership Pro. According to Psyonix, about 40 trades were made before the error was fixed. I was even able to find a YouTube video of someone making a trade on the day of the error. But the tale of the Mothership Pro wheel doesn't end there. A few months later, during the Season 9 update, everyone received the Mothership wheels as another database error changed their rarity from limited to common. So what would Psyonix do now? Explaining they didn't like the idea of giving players an item and then taking it away, Psyonix decided to let everyone keep the wheel, renaming it to be just the Mothership. Then, they redesigned the Mothership Pro to be titanium white, thus keeping everyone happy. This unintentional common wheel went on to become a legacy item for current players when the game went free to play, and is also available as a rare and tradable drop to new players today. From time to time, ideas or inspirations for cosmetics can come from players themselves. For example, in this developer Q&A on Reddit in November 2015, we can see someone suggesting the ability to have different goal explosions. While this didn't become a customization option for almost 2 years, who's to say that this player's question didn't actually put that in motion? For this section, here's a few items that I was able to trace back to player requests and suggestions. On January 2019, a turtle-certified item collector named Sean Johnson expressed his disappointment on the Rocket League subreddit. While many other animal toppers had been released, the turtle was being neglected. To his surprise, Psyonix responded, first saying they'd take the idea to the art team, and then following up with a promise that it would happen that year. Now I want you to note what specifically Sean had asked for: a turtle shell or a sea turtle. Well, just 3 months later, the turtle shell made an appearance as one of the free items in Rocket Pass 3. And then, in October 2019, the sea turtle was added as an RLCS fan reward drop, meaning both of the items he requested were added to the game. By the way, if you are a newer player, these turtle items are available through trading. Our next player request also comes from Reddit, and actually includes a mock-up of the item. In August 2017, a Redditor named Relish and Buttons posted this library card antenna that said "Sick Reads," and it made the front page with over 4,000 upvotes. Over a year later, that same Redditor was surprised to find that very antenna drop after a game. It had been included as a free item in the Rocket Pass. While some people questioned Psyonix just stealing his idea without credit, Relish noted that because he had just used their logo on a library card, it was really open for them to just put it into the game, and he viewed it as a positive gesture. Our next item is another antenna, and once again takes us back to the launch of Rocket League in 2015. When you see this item, it no doubt raises 2 questions. Who is Dave? And what's the deal with the bread? First of all, Dave is Dave Hagwood, and he's the CEO of Psyonix, the developer of Rocket League. And Dave hates bread. The story is that shortly before launch, Dave made a bet in Twitch chat to eat a bunch of bread live if Rocket League had 10,000 concurrent players during launch week. Now, as we already talked about, Rocket League easily broke through the 100,000 player mark. A few months later, in October 2015, Dave lived up to his promise and ate his bread.
Before we do that, Dave, though, there's no avoiding it. You're gonna have to eat the bread that you promised to eat. So we're gonna start with pumpernickel.
Super heavy.
Did I promise pumpernickel specifically?
You promised bread, but it's the first one I grabbed.
Like,
all right, so here he goes. There he goes. Eat the whole thing, Dave. All one bite.
oh,
So while you do that, we're gonna call
Not
team.
even like food.
I know. We're gonna
It
call.
tastes like sand.
The Dave's Bread antenna is a tribute to this event, but there's also other bread references throughout the game. For example, a loaf of bread is found on the locomotive topper, and this bread shop from the Salty Shores map. Do you know of any other bread references? Let me know in the comments below. Our next item is one I had to look up, because when I received it, I had no idea what it meant. It's a banner called the Statesman, and it's one of the current RLCS reward drops you can get for connecting your Rocket League and Twitch account and then watching RLCS streams. Its origin can be traced back to a Beyond the Summit video from August 2019, in which NRG players Garrett G and Turbopulsa compete in a fake US citizenship test. An important thing to remember while watching this is Garrett is American, while Turbo is from Sweden.
Hopefully Turbo doesn't win, because that would be kind of embarrassing for Burrito.
Cool.
All right,
Cool.
Question number 1.
All right.
How many states are there in the USA?
Oh God. I don't even know that. Well, he definitely doesn't know.
Can I call a friend or?
No, I'm just gonna guess.
You're trolling, right?
I actually don't know.
I forgot how to do this. How do I write
All
this
right.
number?
Wait, I wrote it so small. Hold on.
Is that your answers?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no, he got it right, didn't he?
Turbo got it
Dude,
right.
I've always
Wait, what?
I put 50 or 51. I have no idea why. I'm actually gonna lose.
This is so embarrassing.
This is kind of embarrassing.
Like, I'm embarrassed for you.
So this embarrassing but hilarious mistake is now immortalized in the Statesman Banner. And no, in case you're wondering, he wasn't joking. Now we can't talk about Rocket League cosmetics with great backstories without mentioning the rarest item in the game, the White Hat. The White Hat is a special topper that's given out as a reward for helping Psyonix find game-breaking bugs or exploits. Now when I say game-breaking, we're not talking about a misaligned decal or a boost that's the wrong color. No, we're more referring to things like, I found a way to shut down all the servers worldwide. And yes, that's a real exploit that earns someone a White Hat. Players that find and report these security issues to Psyonix are considered ethical hackers, or White Hat hackers. This is a reference that dates back to old Western films that used to use white hats to represent the good guys, and black hats to represent the outlaws. There's an estimated 30 or so white hats in existence, each with their own story or exploit that's connected to them. I actually did a whole video about my search for these stories that I will link in the end screens if you want to know more. But due to the responses I got the last time I talked about the white hat, I want to make something clear. You don't have a white hat. You didn't accidentally trade or trade up a white hat. There are many other white colored hats in the game, and due to people getting confused, I want to make sure I spell it out plainly. It's really easy to know if you actually have one of these rare hats. Ask yourself 2 questions. Did I find and report a game-breaking bug to Psyonix? Or, alternately, did I recently do a $1,000 trade? If you say no to both those questions, you didn't have a white hat. One more important note, I recently heard from a reliable source that they will no longer be giving these out. Epic Games now uses the HackerOne platform, which means finding any future bugs will most likely involve some kind of cash reward. So the current number of white hats will never increase. Alright, that brings this video to an end. If you can think of any other items I should have covered, let me know in the comments below. I have a few more on my list, and if I get enough, I'll do an episode 2. Speaking of items, if you're going to purchase anything from the Rocket League item shop, make sure you use code ROCKETSLEDGE to support this channel. As always, I'd appreciate it if you hit that sub button and check out my other content, including the story of the rarest item in Rocket League. My name is Rocket Sledge. Thanks for watching.